How would you like to be able to retire with $40 million in your bank account? If that sounds good, then continue watching this video because that is what we are going to talk about today. Hi friends, welcome back to our channel where we discuss everything real estate investing and rental property. So if that is something that interests you, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Alright, so let's get straight into it. The truth is, retiring with $40 million in the bank is not that difficult. But here's the catch. You need to start now. You need to understand one thing. Building wealth takes time. So if you're just getting started, you have a lot of time. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can retire with $40 million in the bank. And I'm also going to show you some numbers along the way. Now, the first step to retiring with $40 million in the bank is number 1. You gotta start investing. You see, when you work a traditional job, you basically trade your time for your money. You spend 40 hours a week working, and in return you get paid X amount of dollars. But there is a catch. See, when you work a traditional job, you don't own your time. Your boss owns your time. So what happens if your boss comes up behind you and says, "Hey, John, I need you to work 60 hours a week now?" Well, you really don't have a choice, right? You either do it or you find another job. But either way, you don't really own your time. When you start investing, you are buying back your time. And this is huge. The more investments that you make, the more you buy back your time. So instead of spending 40 hours a week working for your boss, maybe you only have to work 20 hours a week or even 10 hours a week. And that extra time that you buy back, you could spend it with your family, you could spend it traveling, you could spend it doing whatever you want. It is priceless. Number 2, keep expenses low. This is extremely important. You see, when you invest, you don't want to be wasting any money. If you have extra money after investing, great. You can take that and invest it. Or if you want to splurge and do something nice, that's fine too. But you don't want to be investing and then pinching pennies. It doesn't work that way. So that's why I always tell people to keep their expenses low. By keeping your expenses low, you can save more money and then in turn invest more money. Which leads me to my next point. Number 3, you need to have multiple streams of income. Now here's the thing, one of the most common ways to build wealth is through real estate. And I love real estate. In fact, that's why we started this YouTube channel to help educate people about real estate investing. But real estate is not the only way to build wealth. There are so many different ways. And having multiple streams of income is extremely important. So let me give you an example. Let's say you have a 9-to-5 job and you also have a side hustle. If anything ever happens to that side hustle and you lose that income stream, well, you still have your 9-to-5. But if you only have one income stream and that income stream goes away, well, you're screwed. So that's why it's extremely important to have multiple streams of income. That way, if anything ever happens to one of those income streams, you're still okay. Number 4, you gotta live below your means. This is something that I've always done since I was a kid. When I was a kid, I wanted all the latest toys. I wanted all the latest clothes. I wanted all the latest shoes. But you know what? I never had them. I lived below my means and I saved that money and invested it. And look where it got me now. I mean, look at my life now. I live in a mansion. I have a nice car. I can go anywhere I want whenever I want. And that's all because I lived below my means and saved that money and then turned around and invested it. So please guys, live below your means. It is so important. All right, so let's talk about these numbers now. How much money do you actually need to retire with $40 million in the bank? Well, the answer to that question is pretty simple. You need to be making at least $100,000 per year. Now, before you leave this video, please do not leave. Hear me out on this. Let's say you start investing now and you're able to get a 10% return on your money. So you're making $10,000 per year on your investments. Great. Then one day you decide to quit your job because you're sick of working for the man. Well, guess what? If you quit your job and you don't have another source of income coming in, well, you're screwed. You're broke. So that's why it's extremely important to start investing early so that way you have that passive income coming in. And if you're ever thinking about quitting your job, which I've had a lot of people message me and ask me this, you should never quit your job until you have passive income coming in. So let's say you quit your job and you have no money coming in, and you have $10,000 coming out. Well, how long do you think your $40 million portfolio is going to last? 4 years? 5 years? 10 years? Well, actually, it's going to last for 400 years. Here's the math. $400,000 divided by $100,000 per year is equal to 400 years. So what this means is if you're able to get a 10% return on your money and you're able to save $100,000 per year, well, that $40 million portfolio is going to last you forever. But let's take it a step further. What if you were able to save $200,000 a year? Well, in that case, your $40 million portfolio is going to last you 800 years. And I know that sounds crazy, but trust me, it's possible. No. 5. You need to have a plan. You see, when I was younger, I never really had a plan. I never really knew what I wanted to do. And to be honest, I kind of just took life as it came. But as I got older, I realized that having a plan is extremely important. If you don't have a plan, you're just kind of like a ship without a rudder. You're just floating around in life and you're not really going anywhere. So you need to set short-term goals and long-term goals. And you also need to be flexible because things change and you need to be able to adapt. But having a plan is extremely important. And lastly, number 6. Invest early. As we mentioned earlier in the video, the more time you have on your side, the better. The longer you invest, the more your money will grow. And I'm talking exponential growth. So if you're young and you're able to start investing early, please do it. Even if you can only invest $10, $20, $50, it doesn't matter. Just start investing. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit shorter than normal, but I wanted to get straight to the point. So if you did enjoy this video, please make sure you hit that like button. Also, comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the video. And if you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button because I post videos every single week about real estate investing and rental property. So if that's something that interests you, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Alright, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.